Hello everyone, Lynsie here. So today's practice is all about the core. So it's not just about strengthening the core, but improving our movement patterns as well as our balance. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh, but first of all, make sure you have a block handy. And if you don't have a block, don't worry about it. It's not absolutely essential, but if you have it, grab it and let's get started. So we're going to start on your back. And as you come onto your back, have your feet wide to the edges of the mat and let the knees knock in, and then bring your hands to your belly and close the eyes. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose and then out through the mouth, and just feel yourself soften into this moment. And let's come into an ujjayi breath. So contract the back of the throat just slightly, taking a deeper, fuller inhale and a more complete exhale, allowing the breath to draw our attention inward, away from the outer world and into this moment right here, right now. And then feel the belly rise and fall with the deepening of the breath. Couple more breaths, just feeling the palms on the belly and the belly press into the palms. Smooth rhythm of the breath. And as we move through our practice, we'll keep bringing our awareness to the belly. It's a center of our gravity from which our physical movement originates, but it is also in yoga the hub of our self-knowing. So we move from this area, our movement patterns are more efficient, as well as the decisions and the actions we make in our life. Okay, so from here, take the arms out into a T position, knees face the ceiling, take a deep breath in, and then exhale, knees go to the left and gaze right. So we're just doing some windshield wiper legs here. Inhaling to center, exhale, knees go to the opposite direction. And then keep moving here in sync with your ujjayi breath. Just warming up the hips, the shoulders, the neck, the spine. One more each side. Okay, come back to center. This is where we're going to grab our block. And if you don't have a block, you're just going to squeeze the knees together. Otherwise, we're going to put the block right between our thighs and a little bit on the knee so you can squeeze. Now try not to pull your knees close into the body, but keep the knees stacking over the hips, and that's going to encourage you to engage the core a little bit more, drawing the front ribs in. So you're starting to lengthen in the low back. So try not to arch the back, but keep the navel hugging in and zippering up the lower portion of your abdominals. Now let's take the arms back out to a T position. Breathe in here. Take the knees over to the left as you exhale. Keep the head center, and then inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, go over to the right and keep squeezing the block as you do so and come back. We're going to do 2 more on each side. Exhaling to the left, navel hugs in and to the right, breathing in to center, exhaling to the right. Keep the shoulders pressing down into the mat to offer more stability for the movement. Exhaling left, inhaling center, and then exhaling to the right. And then come back to center to set the block off to the side near the end of your mat where your head is. Okay, so from here, let's extend the legs up to the ceiling, flex the feet, interlace the hands behind the head, keep the elbows wide. Now pull the front ribs in. Again, don't let the low back arch. Exhale, lower the right heel down to the mat, so it just hovers right above the mat. And then inhale, bring it back up. And then exhale, lower the left heel. Push the heels away from you, and then inhale, come back to center. Now you'll stay here if this feels intense, or if you need a little bit more, you're gonna lift the shoulders off the mat, but keep the elbows wide. Exhale, lower the right heel down. Let it hover, and then inhale, bring it back up. Nice, slow, controlled movements. Now you're gonna stay here if this feels intense enough, or you can add on. Exhale, Lower the right heel down, let it hover, breathe in. And with the next exhale, come into a twist. Elbow comes to your left knee and then squeeze the legs together. And then inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, left heel comes down and hovers. Breathe in, and then exhale, twist and squeeze. Keep both shoulders off the mat, so don't let the opposite shoulder dip. Exhale, right heel hovers. Breathe in, and then exhale, twist. Don't let the left shoulder touch the mat. And then inhale, back up to center. Left side, exhale. Pause, breathe in. And then exhale, twist and squeeze. Okay, let's do one more each side. Exhale, right heel hovers. Breathe in, lift the baby up a little bit higher, and then exhale, twist and squeeze the legs. Inhale, and then exhale, left heel. Pause, breathe in. Exhale, twist and squeeze. And then inhale, come back to center. Grab behind the legs, bend the knees. Let's rock forward and back, forward and back. Start to build up some momentum. Just maybe you can build up enough momentum and you have enough strength in your core to kick the heels underneath you, reach forward, and then step back. Downward facing dog. Pause here, breathe in, and breathe out. Okay, let's take the right leg up behind you. Inhale. Now don't open the hip. Keep the hip square here. You're going to exhale, draw the knee in towards your nose, push the floor away, pull the heel towards your bum, and then inhale, take the leg up behind you. Now let's take it over your right elbow. Exhale. Inhale, take it up behind you. Now we're going to take it over the opposite elbow, but try not to move the shoulders. Oftentimes we twist a little bit in the shoulders, but keep the shoulders square and try to lift the knee off to the opposite elbow. And then inhale, take it back up behind you. Exhale, bring it forward between the hands. Drop the heel to the floor, back knee to the mat. Low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Breathe in, arms sweep up at the ears. Pause here. Keep pulling the belly in and up as you lean back. Just stretch the belly. And then exhale. Step back. Down dog. Pause here. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, left leg to the sky. Inhale. Through center. Exhale. Push the floor away. Knee and forehead meet, and then inhale, behind you. Exhale, knee to left elbow, as high as you can. Inhale, sweep it up behind you. Let's take it over to the opposite elbow. Try not to move the shoulders. Use your belly, your strength of your core to bring you into the twist. And then inhale, behind you. Exhale, step it between the hands. Drop the back knee. Inhale, lift up and back. Pause here, one more breath. And then exhale. Let's step back to downward facing dog. Pause here, breathe in and breathe out. Okay, let's do that first sequence again. So we're going to inhale, take the right leg up behind you. Exhale, bring the knee into the nose, push the floor away. Inhale, sweep it behind you. Exhale to the right elbow, maybe even up to the tricep. Inhale, sweep it up behind you. Exhale, opposite elbow or tricep. Inhale, take it up behind you. And now exhale, step between the hands, drop the back heel, warrior one this time. Pause here, breathe in and breathe out. Just make sure the breath is smooth before you continue. Okay, when you have a smooth pattern of breath, let's move into dynamic warrior one. Exhaling, straighten the leg. Arms sweep down by your side. Feel the navel hug towards the spine. Inhale, lean forward. And then exhale, shift back. Keep plugging into the outer edge of that back foot as you breathe in and lean forward. Heart lifts. And then exhale, shift back. Navel hugs in and up. And you feel the tailbone lengthen and the low back become stable. Let's do one more. Okay, let's come back into warrior one. Now stay here. Just slowly shift to the ball of the back foot. So crescent-toed warrior. Now you might want to bend the back knee just slightly so you can draw the tailbone down a little bit more, front ribs in a little bit more, creating some more stability in that low back. Okay, so from here, we're going to breathe in and you're going to lean back like you did in that low lunge and then sweep the arms wide. And as you exhale, take the fingertips down to the mat and then inhale, come back up. And then exhale, fingertips sweep to the mat. And then inhale, coming up, take the arms wide, slight bend in the elbows, and then exhale, sweep the fingertips down to the mat. Last one, come up. And this time you're going to exhale, sweep it back, and then draw the left knee up towards your chest this time. And then now we're going to work on some of that functional movement. We're going to slowly reverse direction, stepping it back to that crescent-toed warrior. Just bend the knee as deeply as you can. Land softly on the ball of the foot. Lift the chest. Lift up from the belly. Lean back. And then exhale. Sweep the fingertips to the mat. Inhale. Slowly lift the knee up towards the chest. And then exhale. We're going to slowly step it back. Take as much time as you can. So the movements are extremely controlled. And then sweep the arms back. Fingertips graze the floor. And then rise up, draw the knee to the chest. And then slow movement back. Controlled. Land on the ball of the foot, pull from the navel center, sweep the arms up by the ears. Last one, we're going to sweep the arms, exhaling down to the floor, step back. Do your downward facing dog. Pause here, breathe in and breathe out. Okay, left leg to the sky, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, push the floor away. Inhale, take it up behind you. To the left elbow, maybe to the tricep. Pull it up as high as you can. And then inhale, take it up behind you. Okay, to the opposite elbow. Remember, keep the shoulders locked in. Make the rotation come from your core. And then inhale, up behind you. Exhale, step it between the hands. Drop the back heel. Breathe in to rise. Warrior one. And then steady the breath if it's not already steady. Okay. Dynamic warrior one. Exhale, straighten the legs. Chin to slightly in, navel hugs in, and you feel this lengthening and lifting of the spine. Inhale, sweep the arms forward, bend the knee. Exhale. 2 more. Last one. Now let's come in and stay in. Now nice and slow, spin to the ball of the back foot. So you're coming into crescent-toed warrior. Again, a little soft bend in the back knee. And when you draw the navel in and push that front thigh forward slightly, you're going to feel more stable. That might only be momentary, brief, because we're going to move into this challenging sequence here. So we're going to breathe in, lift up. Exhale as your fingertips come down to the floor. And then breathe in, come up. Arms go wide, chest lifts, and then exhale, fingertips sweep. Pull from the belly, inhaling. Exhaling. Navel hugs in, bow it down. Okay, now we're going to add on. Breathe in. Exhale, fingertips sweep to the floor. And next inhale, you draw the knee up towards your chest. Woo, that gets a little challenging, right? And then we're going to slowly step it back. Land soft on the ball of the foot. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, sweep the fingertips to the floor. Inhale, knee comes up to the chest. Exhale, step it back. Inhale, lift the chest. Last one. Exhale, fingertips graze the mat. Inhale, knee comes up. Nice and slow and controlled. There's no rush, no urgency. Breathe in. Exhale, fingertips come down to the mat. Step back to your downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Maybe there's a sense of relief there. But make sure the breath is steady, calm, smooth, so that translates into the body. Okay, so from here, let's take the right leg up to the sky behind you. Now keep the hips square here. We don't want to open the hip, but the frontal hip point is facing down. Now we're going to take the hands and start to walk them back to meet about halfway on the mat towards your back leg. This is where you might want your block. You can take your right hand to your block so that you get a little bit more lift of the chest and the belly can pull away from that left thigh more, because we're going to move into revolved half moon. So the navel hugs in and rotates the torso, and then the arm and the head can follow. Okay, now we're not going to stay here. We're actually going to move. So we're going to move from the navel. Exhaling, navel starts to square to the mat. Sweep the back arm towards the mat. Draw the knee into your chest as you backstroke your right arm. Behind you, you can take your left hand to your knee or even grabbing for the outer edge of your foot, either one. And then we're going to take a breath in here. Next, exhale. Let's come back into our revolved half moon. Hand comes to the mat or to the block. But again, think about the movement coming from the navel. I know it's challenging and our arms might be flailing, our legs might be flailing, but think about the navel guiding us. Okay, inhale, backstroke the arms, draw the knee up to the chest. See if you can grab for the shin or maybe for the foot. If you want a bigger challenge, you can turn the head and then exhaling. Let's do one more. Slow, 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 and controlled. And then backstroke. Breathe in. Knee comes up to the chest. Woo, this is making my legs shake. And then exhale. Let's come back into that revolved half moon. Hold here, breathe in. Next, exhale, hands come down to the mat to set your block off to the side. Walk forward, walk forward, walk forward, walk forward to that one leg down dog. And then set the foot down on the mat. Pause here. And then breathe in, shift forward. Keep your balls of your feet on the floor though. Into this upward facing dog. Pull the triceps back. Keep the inseams of the legs lifting. Stretch the belly. And then exhale. Push back. Down dog. Breathe in. And breathe out. You guys ready for the next side? Okay, left leg to the sky. Inhale. Keep the hips square. It's much harder when we open that hip. So let's take the hands back about halfway. So we're in the supported warrior three. Now, this is where you might want your block under your left hand. And let's do it this time. Take your right hand to your hip. And think about the navel initiating the movement. So take a deep breath in. As you exhale, the navel starts to rotate to the right. Shoulders will start to stack, and then you can lift the right hand to the sky. Now, with your next inhale, draw the knee into the chest. Sweep the arm down by your hip. Left arm reaches up by your ear, and then just backstroke the arms. So the left arm lands parallel to the floor behind you. Right hand comes to your shin or even to the outer edge of your foot. Next time we breathe out, swim the arms back down to the mat. Lift from the inseam of that back leg. So don't open the hip. Hand lands on block or floor. Move from the navel, shoulders stack, arms stack. And let's do two more together. Breathing in. Backstroke the arms. Grab for the shin. And then exhale. Hand comes down. Move as slow as you can. Because we want to breathe as slowly as we can and let the breath guide this movement. So we're not tensing the breath. We're not freaking out. We're not holding the breath. And then exhale. Hand comes back down. Okay, balance isn't about just holding something stationary, but can we have our balance through those transitions? top hand comes down to the mat, set the block off to the side. Walk the hands forward into that one leg downward facing dog. Breathe in. And then exhale, put the foot down on the mat. Inhale, shift forward in that upward facing dog with the balls of the feet on the mat. Pull the triceps back. And then exhale. Push back into the downward facing dog and pause here. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, let's inhale, come into plank pose. Okay, exhale, come all the way down your belly. Release the tops of the feet to the mat. Hands are going to stay right next to your chest. Okay, forehead will come down to the mat. And then when you breathe in, lift the chest and the left leg. Hip bone stays on the mat. Elbows stay hugging into the side. And then exhale, release. Second side, inhale, right leg and chest. And then exhale, release. We're going to pulse, doing 2 more on each side. Inhale, left leg and chest. Exhale. Right side. And release. 1 more each side. Last one. Now, let's move both legs together. Squeeze the legs together. Inhale. Lift both legs and chest. Hands are light on the mat. Elbows are hugging into the side body. See if you can get the knees to touch, perhaps. Toes to touch. Hold here. 2 more breaths. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And then exhale, release. Turn your head to one side, arms by your side. Soften the breath. Regulate the breath. Okay, take your hands underneath you and just roll onto your back from here. This should feel good. Heels are lining up with your sits bones, arms by your side. Lift your hips slightly, move your tailbone away from you so that when you lower the hips back down, you can feel the sacrum fully making contact with the mat. Okay, dynamic bridge pose. We're going to breathe in, lift the hips, arms sweep up by the ears. And then exhale, lower. Let's do 3 more. Smooth breath in. Lift the hips as high as you can. And then exhale, lower. Keep going. Last one. And then pause here. Just feel the breath. Feel the belly rise and fall away from the spine. And then bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees flop wide. And if you need to put a block underneath each thigh, you can. We won't be here super long. Just do your best to relax the inner groin. Relax the shoulders. Bring awareness to the belly. And that rise and fall of the belly as you breathe in and breathe out. Two more breaths. And then from here, just go ahead and extend the heels to the edges of your mat. Relax everything. And let's shift into a diaphragmatic rhythm of breath. So no longer contracting the throat as you do in Ujjayi, but relax the throat and just simply breathe in and out about 3/4 of your capacity to breathe. And the belly is soft as you breathe in, and the belly slightly contracts towards the spine as you breathe out. Doing your best to eliminate any pauses in the breath so the breath becomes continuous. The inhale is as long as the exhale, and the exhale is the same length as the inhale. And the breath becomes this continuous breath, like a wave. That is soothing and nourishing. And then relax the breath. Let it fall into the background. And just feel the body settle into the earth. As if gravity is inviting you to relax, to let go. Nothing left to do in this moment, but to be present to the spaciousness within and all around. And you're welcome to stay here as long as you like. But if you feel ready, draw the knees into the chest. Maybe move the ankles in circles. And then roll to your side and gently press yourself up to your seat. And as you arrive on your seat, let the eyes remain closed just for a moment longer, spine tall, awareness within. And drop that awareness down into the belly. And knowing that focusing on our core isn't about developing a 6-pack or a 12-pack. It is about attuning ourselves to the power that lies within and our ability to move with freedom because we know who we are. And we also move from freedom when we have the strength and just the stability in our physical body. So it's both the inner and the outer strength that allows us to move with great efficiency. So let's bring the hands together, the heart, bow the head down slightly, take a deep breath in and out. And then whenever you're ready, gently opening your eyes and making your way back. So my friends, until next time, many blessings. Take care.